Whether it is holding a WWE Championship 16 times like John Cena, and I'm sure that will inevitably become 17 during his farewell tour, or for just 45 seconds like The Big Show, the goal of all WWE superstars is to one day have their name etched in the history books and have gold around their waists, or over their shoulders, or around their neck. From the Intercontinental Championship to the Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship, there have been plenty of stunning belts that superstars have wanted to capture throughout the years. However, for all the hits, and we did feature some of these in a previous video, so be sure to check that out after this one. The WWE has been prone to a few misses, with the bad championship sticking out like a sore thumb. With the WWE always wanting to attract new viewers, nothing detracts people from the product more than seeing a champion parading around with an ugly belt. Something that is rarely the case with current WWE. Triple H has been fortunate enough to be able to rid the company of pre-existing belts that had the WWE Universe rolling their eyes, even if the belts currently on SmackDown don't look great. Soon to have 18 recognised championships across Raw, SmackDown and NXT, these are 8 of the worst belt designs that WWE has produced up until this point. Some factors have been taken into consideration for this ranking. The creativity of the design, whether or not you can tell how much effort's been put into the belt, how it looked when it was on WWE programming, and the reaction of the WWE Universe both in the arenas and online. Welcome to the club. In number 8, we have the Hardcore Championship. This may be a hot take. The Hardcore title, which is now retired, this did bring a lot of fun into proceedings during the early 2000s and late 90s. Given to Mankind, a man who defined Hardcore, it took until the belt's 15th champion, Crash Holly, for this belt to become defended under the now synonymous 24/7 rules. This meant that an impromptu match at any location at any time was always on the cards, and this did create enjoyable chaos. This is a belt that's legacy manages to make people forget just how hideous a title it was. The fake tape and damaged appearance of the championship is a hard image to forget. Despite attempts to spruce up the look of the belt when it began to rot in 2002, notably JBL placing a huge Texas flag upon the belt, or Tommy Dreamer's New York belt, there was no saving this unfortunate looking title. I guess this was kind of the point of the belt, to look like a joke. In number 7, we have the Divas Championship. Following WWE's first ever brand split in 2002, it took 6 years for the WWE to give SmackDown a Women's Championship. Doing so in the form of the Divas title, this belt represented just how women's wrestling was viewed during the late 2000s. However, this belt paved the way for what the women's division has become today, an unforeseen legacy. With holders such as AJ Lee, Paige and Charlotte Flair, they lifted the stupid pink butterfly to heights that detracted from the eyesore that was the title itself. A belt predominantly covered in silver plating, the middle section was covered in pink, producing a pattern that had people calling it the butterfly belt. I mean, this looked like a flipping accessory you'd find in your local Poundland for a Bratz figure. This was a rare miss in WWE's women's title department, and it still holds a place in a lot of WWE Universe's heart due to the fact that they started watching wrestling during that period, myself included, although I do agree that this belt is horrible. In number 6, we have the Smash Penny Tag Team Championships. The WWE's tag team scene has always been a standout area for the company in terms of the in-ring quality. From the Hardy Boys to the Usos, they've always had an elite duo in their locker. This is why it's such a shame that there has rarely been a good tag team championship worthy of the talent that would be holding them. In 2010, the WWE reinstated their WWE Tag Team Championships, and Bret Hart presented them on their opening night to the Hart Dynasty. Upon the reveal, the WWE Universe was presented with the most uninspired, mundane belt possible. With a black strap and large bronze plates, it left everybody unimpressed, and stuck around for an unforgivable 6 years. But don't worry, the design would get worse. However, we'll come back to that later. As in number 5, we have the Rated R Spinner Championship. Having defeated JBL at WrestleMania 21, John Cena pimped out the title to reflect who he was as a character, having done so with the United States Championship the year prior following beating the Big Show at WrestleMania 20. Cena made the centre of the belt spin. This was an ode to his rapping gimmick, and was perfectly fine for his character. This belt perfectly encapsulated the absurdity of John Cena. It was when the Doctor of Thugonomics lost his title to Edge that things went downhill. The Rated R superstar brought his own spinner belt into the fold, and revealed that the previously spinning WWE logo would now be a spinning Rated R logo. This was a visual that just did not work. This was potentially awful on purpose, just to add an edge to Edge's heel character. It made it tough viewing for the fans though. In number 4, we have the WWE Tag Team Championship when they went red and blue. As mentioned previously, told you we'd be back to the tag titles. The WWE's Copper Tag Team Championships were some of the most lackadaisical belts in WWE's existence. However, things soon got worse in 2016 with the announcement of WWE's first brand split in 5 years. With Raw and SmackDown once again becoming exclusive brands, both shows needed their own pair of tag team belts. However, a new era didn't lead to much change, as the copper belts were simply reimagined. The black strap was replaced with the colour of the respective brands, and the bronze plating turned silver. The silver was a nice improvement, to be fair. It clashed a lot with the background colours though, as this was a move that somehow and drastically made the Tag Team Championships worse. However, thankfully Triple H has replaced the design of these belts with 2 much better ones, even if the Raw ones aren't great. In number 3, we have the Cruiserweight Championship, and I mean the second iteration, not the first one. In 2016, WWE ran a Cruiserweight Classic tournament, reviving a belt that hadn't existed in the company since 2007. With the likes of Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. in the 32-man event, it was TJ Perkins who ended up becoming the victor. He won a huge trophy and a title in the process. The latter did not match the glamour of his human-sized trophy, nor how good the Cruiserweight Classic was. The bright purple belt and large silver plates made for an eye-catching title, but not in the best way. Starting poorly, the belt did go through a lot of changes in its 6-year history. One change saw an orange line appear below the WWE logo, and another in its later years saw the purple strap drop for black, which was an improvement, but not a lot better. These changes never really improved the belt, and it made the WWE Universe realise that purple was certainly not a colour worthy of a championship. In number 2, we have the Universal Championship. Technically still around as part of Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship, it was the 6 years that this specific belt overruled the WWE, which had fans all over the world sighing whenever they saw it. A belt birthed from the 2016 brand split, Raw had to run a tournament to find a new world champion, and a belt they would call the Universal Championship, because you see the universe is bigger than the world. Upon its unveiling, a bright red belt bemused the crowd who couldn't believe what they were seeing, and proceeded to ruin SummerSlam. A belt that would change colour depending on what brand it was on, so it would alternate between red and blue. The ugly ones that ruined the Tag Team Championships also ruined this one. The WWE Universe then agreed amongst itself that no world champion should be seen wearing a bright red belt or a bright blue belt, as this was a belt that was meant to represent the pinnacle of the sport, and instead just looked like something you see at a local strip club. And at number 1, we have the 24/7 Championship. A championship that the WWE Universe will agree is the worst in company history. It also reminds fans of the worst eras in recent memory. With 24/7 plastered across the front, this belt was very similar to the list's first entrant, the Hardcore Championship, in the way it would be defended, as it was allowed to be defended at any moment in time, hence the name 24/7. Now, this did produce some entertaining moments, mostly between R-Truth and Drake Maverick. The belt became a showcase of superstars who could not get proper TV time. This was an awful belt and an awful moment in time. The bright green strap and the gold plating were enough to turn TVs off. And this belt goes down as the worst belt the WWE has ever produced, with fans hoping that no new entrants come into the fold anytime soon. And there you have it, there's our list. So what do you think? What is the worst belt design in WWE history? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and the notification bell to never miss out on any of the content that we produce here at Honor Wrestling Club. Just check out our other videos, such as the aforementioned ones on the World Championships that we've done recently. I'm sure you'll enjoy them, and be sure to share them with your friends and family. I'm sure they'll enjoy them too. However, that's all for now, so I'd like to thank you for watching and welcome you to the club. See ya!